Free computers. Where can we get free computers from? If you're into gold recovery, precious metal recovery, obviously the main thing we get gold from is computers and general IT equipment. Now, admittedly, your best gold recovery is going to come from your IT equipment like telecommunications, servers, routers, switches, all that kind of stuff. Computers, yeah, not too bad, but so okay, we know that computers are a good start for gold recovery. So where do we get them? Where do we get we can't just drive out in the street and find a whole heap of computers. Sure, we'll find a few here and there, but well, the place to get computers from is from small businesses, schools, offices, anything. And how do we get them from them? Well, you got to ask. If no one knows that you exist, that you are looking for scrap computers and stuff, then you're not going to get anyone to actually give you any. So I just suggest that walk into businesses, go up to the reception and ask to speak to the IT technician or the person that fixes the computers, maintenance guy, and just tell them what you're about. You're into recycling electronics, and you're prepared to come and pick it up and take it away for free. Now, a lot of recyclers out there, they actually charge to come and pick up e-waste. And I remember when I first done my first school, and they called me, they couldn't believe that I picked up e-waste for free. They said, oh, they had a lot. There was a few hundred computers and laptops and stuff, and they said they were quoted $1,600 to take away their e-waste. Now, obviously, schools can't afford that kind of money just to get rid of their rubbish. So a lot of schools are forced to just throw their stuff into the rubbish bin. But obviously, schools and teachers and people that work at schools are, a little bit more environmentally conscious. So they want to obviously do the right thing and recycle. That's what they teach their kids, their students to do. Is to recycle responsibly and all that stuff. So yeah, and I found that after a while, offering a free pickup for IT equipment and e-waste in general is it's a very quite successful. For obviously not for a huge business, but just for a small business or a part-time business, I find it's excellent. Anyway, so free computers, well, you just have to ask. That's all. Walk into the business and see how you go. Walk into schools and ask to see the technician, and just tell them, yeah, look, I'm after e-waste, and if you got any, I'm happy to come and pick it up and do the work for you. A lot of small businesses, they're very busy, and they don't have staff to just do anything they want. So computers, they might have storeroom and computers lying around all over the place, and old electronics and stuff. And so just for you to go there and spend your time to pick it up saves the business staff to have to carry all that stuff out. And a lot of times e-waste is very heavy, so you'll bring your trolley and you slowly do it. So this video is basically just a simple reminder out there for people that are into precious metal recovery, that you don't just have to look in rubbish piles and dump masters for the odd piece of IT equipment. Sure, that's one avenue, but if you just I've over the couple of years that I've been putting up YouTube videos, I've been sort of trying to show people how to get eWaste for free and stuff. And you know, some of the emails and messages that I get back from people who took my advice and started, you know, either advertising or just going and knocking on doors and asking for stuff, computer repair shops and TV repair shops, all that kind of stuff. And surprisingly, they're scoring big time. And I you don't really have, you know, you don't have to buy eWaste, you know. So I'll do a free pickup, and I'll still get people ask, oh, how much did you pay for that? Well, it's free to an extent. Like right now, I'm on the freeway, I'm heading out to do a pickup, and I just got called yesterday out of the blue for this one. So apparently they've got a bunch of computers in their storeroom. I think it's another school, so it's a new school again. And you know, after about a year or so of doing your eWaste pickups and stuff, you do get recommended from other businesses and other schools, and so it's, you know, the most powerful form of advertising is word of mouth, you know. So if people recommend you, you're one step ahead of, you know, all the flashy advertising that bigger businesses will do, you know. So yeah, that's all I suggest, is just to go out there and you know, don't just think about it and you know, think, oh, you know, I'd love to get myself a bunch of computers and stuff so I can continue with my gold recovery, and you know, or you want spare parts for to fix computers or whatever. And it doesn't matter what country, you know, like it's not just in countries like Australia and Canada and UK and America. You know, it's also you know, countries like all the countries in Asia, you know, the Philippines and Vietnam and so on, you know, and many countries in Europe and so on. Everyone's got eWaste, you know, Russia, and you know, every country has schools, has small businesses, and you know, they all use IT equipment. So if you're prepared to go out there and just ask, I think you'll be surprised in just how much you can actually pick up. So yeah, so I'm just about to do this job, and when I finally get there, as you can see, the traffic has really slowed down. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, so this is kind of peak hour heading out to, you know, it's heading in the opposite direction from the city. So surprisingly, this road is always busy. So wish me luck. I hope to get some pretty decent stuff. I'm pretty sure it's only going to be computers and I think an old TV or something. But you just take whatever you're given, basically, you know. And you know, the whole idea of what I'm going to do now is to provide a good service, to do it quickly, and yeah. So they'll remember that, you know, I did a good job. I took away all their stuff, and next year they'll probably call again, you know, or the next time they've got eWaste, they won't store it. Rather than putting it into a storeroom or something like that, they'll just call me and say, hey, you know, we've got 6 or 7 computers today, you know, would you like to come pick it up? Yeah, no problem, you know. So let's go and check this out. Okay, well, that was that school. I just done the pickup. It was really nice and quick, actually. And I picked up quite a big bunch of computers, one CRT TV, and just an old server rack that's empty anyway. But we'll check it out when we get back. Okay, well, I'm back from that free pickup. No, it's not that. That was last week. There we go. Free computers. We do have a server tower. It's empty. I took it away from. So they're the little things you do for you know, the places when you pick up. They have oddball scrap steel or empty server towers like this. You know, you take that away as well, because even though all we really, you know, you might just want computers,
and any kind of IT equipment. But you can't say, oh, I'm just going to take your computers and leave your other scrap metal rubbish there, because then next time they'll just look for someone else that will take the whole lot. So, you know, provide a little bit of extra service, so they say, oh, well, look at our room, nice and clean now. Oh, we'll definitely call that guy back, you know. So that's it. In this case, they're all the Lenovo ThinkCentres. Nothing really spectacular, but you just take what we get, you know. So it's they're all complete. 160 gig hard drives, which is very standard for schools at the moment. We've got a nice video card, slot card, and yeah, if you're looking for gold recovery, this is you know, a good start. But also, you know, you might want to recondition some of these computers. A lot of computers from schools are very dusty, so if you've got an air compressor, you can blow out the dust and then you know, test them out. You might be able to get a few working, maybe put in a new hard drive with a new system, or try and you know, usually on schools there's no real sensitive information apart from ones from administration and stuff. So if you just do a simple wipe, that should be safe enough. So yeah, but these ones are running Windows Vista, so certainly not anything new, but I think Vista is still supported by IBM. But other than that, if you're just going for gold recovery and you want free stuff, got a bunch of these Lenovo ThinkPads. These are nothing really special, but they've all had their RAM taken out, so these obviously aren't going to be sellable, and you know, I prefer not to sell these kind of little laptops. But still, for a bit of gold recovery, we've still got at least we've got a motherboard in there. There we go, nothing spectacular. It looks like they've even taken out, oh, maybe not some of the CPUs, or it might be onboard CPU. So there you go. So I'll just take out, I think I've got a couple of different types of Lenovo's and then just one oddball PC, but we'll take them out and we'll see what we got. Okay, well, I've taken all the free computers out, got this server rack to deal with. What I need to do is I'll dismantle it so it's just easy to pack in for scrap metal, but some parts I keep off it. I keep the rails for just for the workshop, other projects and that, and I also keep the perspex on the door, because that will come in handy for, you know, other projects. But okay, so free computers, there we go. There was 48 computers today, so not too bad. They're all IBM Lenovo ThinkCentres. So there's three different models, some of these smaller ones and then these bigger ones, smaller ones again. Got one oddball one, which is good. We'll have a look at that quickly, but it's an older one, so always nice to get an older PC. You don't see them that much anymore. Obviously, usually better for gold recovery, but PCs are all pretty much very similar. It's all about the motherboards. But there you go. So, you know, get out there, guys, and you know, there's plenty of PCs out there and electronics, eWaste for you can pick up for free. You know, as you know, a lot of recyclers will charge. Even recycling centres, when people take e-waste to a recycling centre in some countries, they'll actually charge you to drop off stuff. So yeah, did get one old CRT television, So you know, but that's just how it goes. You've got to pick them up when you're getting e-waste from people. Still going to have quite a lot of free copper in that. Got about 10 laptops. Most of them are partially scrapped out. IBM ThinkPads. So like they've been used as repairs, so they take parts out of them. They've taken the hard drive, they've taken the keyboard, obviously, and you know, these were good. So even though the Windows 7, but you know, the i3 inside, so these were okay, but obviously nothing left of them pretty much. It's just going for the motherboards now. But still, you know, we take what we get, and you know, even for free, you know, at least we get some value out of it. So no problem there. And yeah, we'll have a look at this one anyway, or a couple of them. Okay, just have a quick little look in case anyone's interested. Yeah, very basic configuration. That's what you expect from schools, you know, but that's fine. We don't get, sometimes we don't get slot cards and stuff, but everything else is pretty much there. We'll just have a look at the CPU. Okay. Nothing special here. Yep, just a basic old CPU. Really nothing special, but that's okay. It all goes to gold recovery. I'll have a look at a couple of these Lenovo's, the bigger one. Yeah, not too bad. Again, it doesn't look like there's going to be many slot cards in these ones. I did notice a few. Have a look at the CPU. Okay, they're the AMDs. So that's all right. At least we've got some gold pins here for gold recovery. I don't bother selling these because when you ship them out, the pins get bent and it's just too much trouble. But you know, add to the CPU pile. They're all right, and it looks like these ones have got three RAM sticks in each one, so that's okay. 3 Rammies, not bad. And a smaller Lenovo's. Okay, well at least we got kind of like a slot card, riser card in this one. They're just little riser cards or backplane boards, whatever you want to call them. Still, gold recovery wise, we've got some fingers and some you know, gold pins in there. Nothing spectacular in these, especially the blue boards, but still the gold fingers are okay. And okay, yeah, not bad. They're all got hard drives in there. Little motherboards, pretty good. The green ThinkCenter motherboards. What's the CPU like? Okay, and obviously we've got these ones are pretty good. You can, I usually just sell these as copper aluminium radiators. Some people like to take out the copper and stuff and separate it, but I get pretty good money for it as it is. So, you know, it looks like we've got about 25 of these ones. So, you know, that adds up. That's, you know, a little bit of cash flow. CPUs are nothing special. It's, yeah, SL9TA. Yeah, the CPUs are nothing really, but you know, still, we can't complain. We've got motherboards, got little power supply units, got some gold recovery, and mostly it's free. And again, I suppose, just like the free copper videos, some people are going to say, well, it's not free, you have to go and pick it up and you've got to scrap it out and all that. But you know what I mean. It's basically, I didn't have to pay for the computers, and that's what we mean by free. And yeah, so there you go, guys. Get out there and just, ask. It doesn't hurt to walk into a business and speak to the receptionist and say, hey, do you have any computers or any? Well, don't ask for computers, but ask for e-waste. You want to recycle e-waste. Say anything. Go into a school, see if you can contact the IT department. Speak to the people there and just say, look, you're interested in old computers for a hobby, even. You don't have to say gold recovery or anything like that. You want to scrap out old computers, just for a electrical hobby, and they'll give you some. You might find big piles, like this isn't a bad pile. It's probably a little bit over average. Usually they get rid of so there's 3 different models here, so usually they'll get rid of them as they upgrade. And what's surprising in this pickup is that there was no monitors. Normally you'll get just as many monitors and keyboards, and see there's no cables or anything in this case. So the IT technician in this school obviously utilizes all those parts for other purposes, and they probably just throw out keyboards and stuff as they go, rather than storing them until someone comes and picks them up. So but it's most places, businesses and stuff are more than happy to give you their old stuff that they got sitting around, because they want to make room, and most recyclers will charge to take this away. So an average recycler might charge $150 just to take that away. And because a lot of recyclers don't even recycle properly, they just throw it all into scrap metal because they don't care, because they've already made their money by charging the company. Whereas when I was advertising as a recycler, I wasn't charging because I was expecting to get the value out of the stuff that I picked up, rather than charging the people to just pick it up. That would be nice. Then it's a pretty good business, But like this, just on a hobby level, I've still got old clients and I still get new people. Like this place is new. And, I might just go for a drive up to the nearest industrial estate and just throw off some flyers, or walk in the door if you don't have any advertising material, and just, speak to people. And you'll get your stuff. If gold recovery it's all about is what you're about, and I notice a lot of people that are into gold recovery, they'll actually buy stuff from eBay or Craigslist, or or they'll go to a school and say, oh, you got these, I'll give you $20 for them. No, you don't have to. Once you pay for them, and then they start to, then there's not really that much value, because you've still got to scrap them out, you still got to deal with the rubbish and all that. So definitely go out there. Like this was last week's pickup. There was a bit more than this. I'm slowly getting through it, but that's just how it goes. And even if you're picking up 5 or 6 PCs from one place, still it gives you a little bit of gold recovery stuff to deal with. Crappy laptops, but they're not always. Sometimes, most of the time they're complete. Like I said, this technician was obviously utilizing every part that he could to keep these going for as long as he could. But in a lot of cases, schools they can have 100 laptops, and they're not, they don't have time to go through and pick out a few parts, and so you'll get them complete, working with power supplies, the whole lot. So just get out there and free e-waste. It's everywhere, and there's no question about it. Just about every business uses a computer and monitors and all that, and some will use servers and UPSs and telecom equipment, routers and switches. All that stuff's great, especially the telecom equipment. Really good stuff. So, just get out there, and there's plenty of eWaste out there for free, and you just got to go and look. All right, so there you go, guys. Free computers. They're all over the place. No question about it. Get out there and go and get it and do your own, stockpiling for gold recovery one day. Speaking of gold recovery, don't be in a rush to, to actually recover your gold. Just stockpile it. There's a bit of last week's stuff. Still got a whole heap of monitors, but like the motherboards. Depending on what your how heavily you want to get into the gold recovery, and how much stuff you get. Sometimes some people will get so much stuff that they don't actually have to try and go for the gold recovery on everything. Like motherboards. To be honest, motherboards aren't really that crash hot for gold recovery. Sure, we've got nice BGA chip here, and so like that BGA under there, that's useless. There's no gold recovery in that. So you've got to balance out, but that's up to the individual, because not everyone wants to sell their stuff. They just want to recover all as much precious metals as they can out of what they get. So if you're only picking up a few PCs every week or so, you want to get maximum gold recovery out of it, rather than worrying about sending it off to try and sell. It just depends on how much you get. Yeah, it's certainly out there. Go and pick it up. Free computers. Go and grab them, guys, because I certainly don't have any problem getting them, and I don't think there's many people that will have a problem getting free computers anywhere in the world if you just keep persisting and going out there and keep asking. And you go to a school and they might say, no, we've got nothing at the moment. Okay, go back there next term, do it again, and just keep hounding them, and eventually you'll get stuff. They'll remember you once they have stuff to get rid of. And there are schools, there must be millions of schools in the world. They're everywhere. Wherever I go, I just picked up from this school. There's about 5 schools right around it. So there's so many opportunities there to get eWaste, and not just schools, but small businesses. You go into the city, into your business area, and there's offices everywhere. You'll have a big building where there could be 30 or 40 businesses in that one building. Keep going up the floors and go to every reception and just talk to them. Bring along a trolley, or be ready to take stuff away straight away. And there's heaps there. If you're prepared to put in a little bit of time and a bit of work, people will be prepared to give you free stuff. So get out there, guys. Wish you all the best. Merry Christmas, and I'll catch you next time.